What's up with it, family? I'm Preston McCullough Jr. here, back at it again with another video. Thanks to everybody who decided to click on this video, check out the content and everything like that. I appreciate everybody who came back to the channel. Alright, so what I'm doing in this video is I'm actually driving around a hood in Dallas called Pleasant Grove. Now, in my opinion, it's probably one of the biggest hoods that we have. Now, we have different areas that may be bigger as far as the size, like Oak Cliff. But when I say Pleasant Grove is probably one of the biggest hoods, that's because damn near 99% of this mug is the hood. You know, you got some nicer parts like over there by the Everglades, but for the most part, most of Pleasant Grove is the hood. In this video, I'm only gonna be driving through a small portion of it because it's just too big for me to just capture everything. Now, this area in particular inside of Pleasant Grove is called Red Cloud, right? Now, this is actually a hood inside of the hood. It's about 3 o'clock during the day, so it's not really a whole lot going on. Usually you'll see a whole lot more people out here. You'll see a whole lot of kids probably running around this neighborhood and stuff like that. Well, at least that's what I remember from when I was a kid. I didn't grow up in Red Cloud in particular, but I did spend a good amount of my childhood in Pleasant Grove. And Red Cloud was always one of the more well-known hoods inside of the hood of Pleasant Grove. Now, as I drive around, y'all just take a look at everything. Just look at the different houses. I'm gonna be switching from neighborhood to neighborhood. At some point, I'm gonna leave Red Cloud and then just drive around certain parts of Pleasant Grove. And again, Pleasant Grove too big for me to cover everything. I may have to do a part 2, but the whole point of this video has nothing to do with just trying to glorify the hood or trying to put down the hood or chastise the hood or anything like that, right? At some point, somebody gonna have to plant a seed of positivity, right? That's my goal. I want to try to plant a seed of positivity, and just talk about all of the opportunity that actually exists right here in the hood. But a lot of times, people don't recognize it when it's right there in front of them. Alright, so why do you think it is that a lot of these land developers and these big money institutions that participate in the practice of gentrification, like, why do you think it is that they make so much money? And for those who don't know what gentrification is, just Google the word gentrification, right? Or if you don't feel like doing a Google search, if you just want to be entertained, just click on my channel name and then just search through some of my past videos. I've covered this topic before. But I really want you to hone in on that question and really think about it. Why do you think it's so lucrative to participate in gentrification? So if you were to ask that question to a room full of people, and for the sake of this video, we're gonna assume that they're all not from the same neighborhood, they all don't share the same views, right? But you'll get one of two answers, in my opinion. You may get 3 or 4 different answers, but in large, I think you'll get one of two answers, right? And one of those answers is the fact that politicians get into office, mayors, city council members, or the local government, and they intentionally lower the value of a particular neighborhood so that land developers could then come in and buy up the land for pennies on the dollar. Right? Pretty much making backhanded deals or underhanded deals. That's one point of view. Now, I'm not saying that I disagree with that. And shout out to one of my subscribers for actually pointing this point of view out to me, because I never really thought about it like that. It's not impossible, but that's just not something that I thought about. I'm more of a accountability type of person, right? And that second answer is the fact that the majority of the people who actually live in these neighborhoods don't take care of it well enough to create an environment that's desirable for other people to come in and pretty much drive up the demand to live in a particular neighborhood, right? Think about it. People purchase and people are willing to pay a premium to live in safe, clean neighborhoods with good schools. Like, people like to feel safe. People want to be able to get out and walk their dogs throughout the community. They don't want to be confined to just living on one safe and quiet street, right? So it's the demand at the end of the day, the demand for a particular area that drives up the value. It's the ownership in the area, because people tend to take care of what they own. Let's say, for instance, in the hood, right? There are a lot of people who actually own their homes, but there are also a lot of renters. And whenever you have an area with a concentrated number of renters, a lot of times people don't take care of it as good, because the common view is, well, it ain't mine, right? They'll throw trash out in the street, vandalize, they'll be outside the corner store and, making people feel kind of intimidated about stopping at that corner store to go get gas. So the gas station is then losing money. So the grocery stores are losing money because they're not feeling safe. So it's kind of like a whole thing, right? Now, if you were to take those same individuals who like hanging out in front of these gas stations, hanging out in front of these stores, and you were to put them in a wealthier community, guess what's gonna happen, fam? The police is gonna get called. Again, you gotta think about what people are willing to pay in order to feel safe and in order to feel like one of the largest investments that they're gonna make of their lifetime is gonna be a safe investment, because the community actually cares about keeping it clean and actually upholding the reputation of that community, right? So let's talk about the opportunity that exists for people who are already in the hood, no matter where you are in the U.S. That Church's Chicken right there that's abandoned is a real good example. Like, fam, look at this street. The opportunity lies on this street. Look at all of these cars going up and down here. The fact that there's a commercial building located on the street that's getting thousands and thousands of cars going up and down the street every single day. That's monetary value. All I'm saying is we need to be educating ourselves on every single avenue that exists that will help us to acquire some land, acquire some property. Like, we need to be trying to figure out how it is that we can own some of this stuff. Now, this only applies to the people who are go-getters, people who don't mind educating themselves and learning as much as you can. Now, listen, family, I'm not selling you nothing. I have absolutely nothing for sale. I don't want your money. I don't want to participate in group economics with you. None of that. I just want you to be educated so that you could begin to notice the things that you walk past every single day and stop having all of these excuses on why other people are doing you wrong. I want to make sure that I'm helping you to open up your eyes to the opportunity. You may not be ready for an opportunity like purchasing a commercial building right now, but at least it will open up your eyes and plant a seed so that maybe one day that might be something that you may want to look at. But again, if we don't have the knowledge, then we don't have anything to be working towards. And that's what I'm trying to eliminate. You can go to an auction and find properties in your own neighborhood that may be behind on taxes that you could then buy, and then you could become an owner as long as you follow the guidelines and everything like that set forth by the courts. But listen, fam, it's a lot of different ways. You can buy properties directly straight from the owner. Like, you can literally send out offer letters on properties that are just sitting there with owners who probably don't want nothing to do with it because they could have inherited from their grandma, and like 18 different people might co-own one property. And the simplest way that you can actually acquire a property is just by going through a real estate agent, right? Just get you something that you can pick up straight off of the MLS. Now, the good thing about the hood, fam, is that a lot of these properties are very low cost, right? Well, in comparison to neighborhoods around it. If you in the hood, if you in a low income neighborhood, more than likely because of all of the stuff that goes around in the hood, you can buy these properties cheap. Now, the reason that I say that the opportunity lies with you, right? And many people will advise you against buying property in the hood. But listen, fam, I'm saying you already live here. I'm saying you are already used and accustomed to the neighborhood. People recognize your face. And for the most part, you've already survived this long. So you can survive 5-10 more years of owning something in this neighborhood. Now, again, this don't only apply for this neighborhood. That's any hood in America, right? But listen, if you gonna already be somewhere for 10, 20, 30 years, what's the harm in actually owning something? Especially when you can get something low cost, get your feet wet, work hard. Now, again, this strategy only works for the go-getters, people who ain't got no time for excuses, people who gonna get that money, pay their taxes, and actually add value into the community. If you don't have that kind of mindset, skip off this video because I'm not even talking to you. I'm talking to the people who gonna get out there and get their hands dirty and learn how to actually add value to a property. Learn how to actually be an owner and to contribute to the community. Those are the people that I'm talking about. Because the amount of work and effort that you put into your property, even with all the shenanigans that's going on around that neighborhood, right? Over time, you will be able to enjoy the appreciation of that property. Who won't get to enjoy the appreciation of the property? The people who loses their property due to the failure of paying their taxes, right? Those are the people who's going to miss out on the opportunity. Other people who are going to miss out on the opportunity are the people who walk up and down the street every single day, not going to work, living off of somebody else, staying with their girlfriend, living off their kids' food stamps. Like, those kind of people, they gonna keep doing what they do. They gonna keep walking around with a 40 in a brown paper bag, right? Let them go do them. They gonna be waking up in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, smoking a blunt, going back to sleep on the couch, watching Netflix, waking up, walking around the apartments. Let them go do them. But I'm talking about the people who are actually trying to build wealth and create something of value and success in this world. Those are the people that I'm talking about. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna keep walking around looking at all of these properties that other people don't see the value in yet and not do shit about it, not purchase one of these properties, and then turn around and complain when big money institutions and these land developers come in and buy it up? Then you gonna complain and holler gentrification. Are you really that thrown off to the point to where you don't even see value unless somebody else see the value? Like, listen, fam, don't sit around and wait on somebody else to come into your neighborhood to tell you what something is worth. Value is in the eye of the beholder. You do what you do after you buy that property, pour your all into it. Even if you gonna rent it out, even if you gonna live there, it don't even matter. But all I'm saying is, you create the value, and then other people are gonna see that value, and other people are gonna pay you a premium for adding value into that property. But again, fam, let me not go into a tangent. I promised I wasn't gonna make this video too long. I made that promise to myself. It's opportunity all around you, and I pray that we see it. I pray that one day we'll just stop complaining about all of the shit that other people are doing to us. We need to be the ones on attack. A lot of these people who invest in our communities, they don't even be from the communities. They gotta drive around or get on the internet and look on Google Maps to find out what it is that they buying. They don't even know the community like we do. But the problem is, a lot of us don't know how to locate value. How the hell can you locate value when that shit is not written in a book? We gotta get our feet wet. We gotta be not afraid to take risks. We gotta be willing to go to work, working an 80-hour week, starting our businesses if you are an entrepreneur like me. But listen, fam, work your 9-to-5 job, grind, put your money up. And then you gotta figure out how to actually put your money to work. There's a lot of different ways that you can get money outside of real estate. I'm not saying everybody need to be doing real estate, but the topic of this video is gentrification. I'm so sick of hearing about people complaining about being displaced when they not participating in the economy in their own goddamn neighborhood. I hope that my message hit home to somebody, but hit that like button for me. Give me a subscribe. Let me know what you thinking down in the comment section. I just feel like my purpose on this earth for the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years of my life is to inspire and to motivate and to encourage. That's all I gotta say, fam. Thank y'all for watching. Holla at your boy.